the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup, the 2025 Expanded Gold Cup. The summer of 2025 promises to be another summer of soccer for North America. But with tickets for the 2026 World Cup going on sale potentially in the second half of 2025, are these too many tournaments for us to be spending our money on? Dímelo, mi gente, travel football fan here. I'm helping fans save money and travel the 2026 FIFA World Cup. As I said, 2025 promises to be another summer of soccer here in North America. We have the first ever FIFA Mundial de Clubes, or FIFA Club World Cup, happening here in the United States. Also, a lo menos si creemos los rumores, there's going to be an expanded 2025 Gold Cup with teams like France, Colombia, Egypt, South Korea. They all might be playing a mini World Cup. But just one problem: tickets for the 2026 FIFA World Cup are probably going to go on sale, I predict, in August of 2025. O sea, when we start taking a look at the calendar, we might not have enough time to buy tickets for the Mundial de Clubes or the Gold Cup and then recover our savings to then buy tickets for the World Cup in time. Not only just buying the tickets, mi gente, but if rumors are to believe that of the locations of where these tournaments are going to be played at, we're going to need to travel. And that means we're going to be spending extra money on these two tournaments that, to be honest, I don't really care about. Now, before you continue watching this video, I highly recommend you watch my other video explaining my methodology as to why I predict August 2025 is going to be the first sales window for 2026 World Cup tickets. Yes, even if none of the teams have qualified for the World Cup at that point of August 2025, we will probably still see that window, and that window might interest those that don't care which teams are in the World Cup, or if you're looking to get tickets for the knockout stages, pay attention to that. And this, so here is the calendar for 2025. And let's focus on when these two tournaments are going to happen. We have a hard date for the 2025 Club World Cup, okay? That's going to happen between June 15th to July 13th, okay? Rumors are that it is going to be hosted in the eastern half of the United States. So think of anything east of the Mississippi River. Whereas for the 2025 Gold Cup, it is rumored that it's going to be hosted not only on the U.S. West Coast, but if we are to believe the sports tabloid Diario Ole from Argentina, maybe Vancouver, maybe parts of Mexico might host the expanded 2025 Gold Cup, probably around the same dates. Okay, there's really not a lot of flexibility because even though MLS, I believe, has said that they're gonna pause for these tournaments, like, duh, why wouldn't you? As well as for the World Cup, like, duh, you should. Unlike how they did with Copa America, there's just also really not enough time on the ends, right? I mean, Champions League, the European leagues end by the end of May. They kind of restart towards halfway through August, so there really isn't a lot of flexibility there. Okay, so with that in mind, with the, of keeping the dates, the fact that fans are going to have to travel to one side of the continent or the other, you're already beginning to see, how am I going to get to all of these games, or at least to some of these games? You're already seeing that you're going to have to be losing money out to participate as a fan in either of these tournaments. Again, I have predicted that tickets for the 2026 World Cup will have their first sales window in August. So if you're buying tickets for these two tournaments and travel for these two tournaments here, yeah, you're buying like right after you come back from watching, AC Milan against Palmeiras, you're not going to have any money left in the bank to purchase tickets for the World Cup here in August. Now, when do tickets go on sale for the Mundial de Clubes? When do tickets go on sale for the Gold Cup? No information has been provided on that yet, okay? I would suspect that those tickets, if they do not go on sale by the end of 2024, they will go on sale around January and February for both tournaments. They're going to have separate processes, okay? Because it is the FIFA Club World Cup, it is a FIFA sanctioned event and organized by FIFA. They're going to sell their tickets through their own ticketing platform. O sea, not through Ticketmaster, not through the third-party vendors. Okay. For the Gold Cup, expect Ticketmaster, or any one of those third-party vendors to sell tickets to that tournament. Okay? So hopefully that makes sense. I think they're going to go on sale around this time period of January, February. Okay? So say, for example, you're going to buy $1,000 worth of tickets for either of these tournaments. I don't know. Doesn't really matter, right? Then you need to recover those $1,000 between March, April, May for August. But then remember, there's also the travel part. So unless you're buying tickets to your own city, that's probably the one way you would save money, right? So you buy like a ticket to one of these games, you go to the game in your city, and you just enjoy that game. All right, maybe the financial hit on you isn't as hard, right? But if you're planning to travel, say you're on the West Coast and you want to see AC Milan, well, you're gonna need to fly, right? So at least $400 to $600 round trip. You're gonna need a couple of nights in the hotel, another several $100s. So now you're already getting to $1,000 of travel, Ubers, food. All right, getting up to the $1,500. It starts to pile up, and so all that money that you dedicate to either one of these tournaments is less money that you're gonna have for the World Cup tickets here. Now, you might be asking, or you might be saying to yourself, or to me rather, pero travel football fan, I don't know if my team is qualified yet. Very true, right? More likely, these teams are going to finish qualifiers here by October. Está bien. That's a good counterpoint. Travel football fan, I don't know where my team is going to play, so why would I buy tickets ahead of time? Bueno, FIFA does allow, and again, we don't know the process for these tickets yet for 2026 yet, pero in the Qatar version, you are able to purchase tickets for a team. So you buy the 3 tickets for the group stage matches of your team. They might, again, since we don't know all the details yet, might go on sale in August. And so you want to be ready for that, right? And even if they don't go on sale in August, even if you want to wait till you know exactly when the team that you want to follow is playing at, again, it's the opportunity cost. You lose out on your money gaining interest if you put your money in a high yield savings account when you take that money out January, February to buy tickets, say for the Club World Cup, instead of leaving your money sit there for the whole year, right? Maybe gain $100 extra in interest. Okay, it's not a lot, but it's $100 you didn't have to work for, right? If you kind of think about it that way, all right? And then have that money ready for December. So the whole point is this. There's an opportunity cost to participating in this tournament, right? Whether that be the Gold Cup, the Club World Cup, or both, for that matter, okay? If you spend the money here for those 2 summer tournaments, then you need to come up with a financial plan that's going to allow you to make up that money in March, April, and May, maybe even June and July, to be ready for August, okay? Because if your plan is to spend, you're not going to have squat in August. You're going to go into more than likely credit card debt, and that's not what you want to do. What you want to do is, if you're going to go to a Gold Cup or FIFA Club World Cup match, is stick to your city, limit your travel as much as possible, whether that is by using travel points and miles. Cool, you can do that. Pero again, you want to start booking your travel for the World Cup around this time period. Or if you're really going to wait to your team, where you find out where your team is going to be playing at, December, because that's more than likely when the World Cup draw is going to happen in December. So I'm showing you the calendar. I'm throwing a lot of information at you. You probably need to go back and rewatch this section of the video. But it's to show you, oh, if I do this, then I need to do Y in order to recover Z amount of money to be ready for the World Cup. Okay? My content is to help you get ready for the big prize for 2026. All of these other tournaments, o sea, si voy para un partido, voy. But I'm not going to be going out of my way to spend $1,000 to go see the Sounders. As much as they are my second favorite team or number 1 favorite team, right? I'm not. If I'm visiting family right around the same time as the Club World Cup's happening, the Sounders just happen to be playing then, I'll take my goddaughter with me and go see the Sounders. But apart from that, my mission is the World Cup. I'm not going to be dedicating funds to go to either of these 2 tournaments because it's going to be expensive. The Gold Cup more so than the Club World Cup. The travel is what's going to make it even more and more expensive. I'm taking resources away from buying World Cup tickets and the travel to that World Cup to these 2 tournaments that are not going to have the best players playing in them because the club seasons end in May. There's going to be qualifiers for the World Cup during this time period as well. And so you're going to be seeing a lot of U23 teams for both the clubs and for the countries participating in these two summer tournaments. So the point is this: you want to be extremely careful with how you spend your money for these soccer tournaments in 2025. If you do not have a budget now, you should be getting on that budget. By the way, I do sell one on my link tree. Link is in the description. Okay? You want to make sure that you fully understand that if you decide to spend money on the Gold Cup or the FIFA Club World Cup, you need to have a financial plan that's going to allow you to recover that money back so that you're ready for the first ticket sales window for the 2026 World Cup. And if you're going to skip that window and go for the second one, okay, build that money there. But you also need to build up your money reserves or your travel points and miles reserves for booking your travel. Because remember, the earlier you book your travel, the cheaper it's going to be for you. I know it's tough to think about it that way, but the longer you wait to book your travel, you're going to get hard by these prices and by the demand itself. Remember, 48 teams, that means the fan bases of 48 different countries. I mean, I should say maybe 45 because we got the three here in the US, Canada, and Mexico are going to be competing for those same airline seats, for those same hotel beds, for those same car rentals as you are. So the earlier you book this travel, the better it's going to be for you. The more you get away out of the way of these logistics, the better your travel experience, the better your World Cup experience is going to be. I'm not saying do not go to Gold Cup, do not go to Club World Cup. If you can catch a game, go catch a game. I'll probably do the same at the right price, okay? If I don't have to travel too far, if I don't have to spend a lot of money. That's going to be my strategy as I approach if I either attend either of these tournaments, and if I do, how much I'm really going to budget myself to avoid overspending. Bueno, mi gente, that will do it for this video. Make sure that you subscribe and press the ring button so that way you're notified of new videos as they come out. Again, my idea is to produce at least one video a week discussing a different money or travel aspect related to the 2026 World Cup. And yes, the Gold Cup and the FIFA Club World Cup because they are in our way. Make sure you also follow me on all socials: TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, just to make sure we keep up with those counts. Again, make sure you subscribe here to YouTube. We need to get to 500 subscribers, so in that way I can, increase the number of views on these videos and then hopefully get monetized sooner rather than later. And apart from that, make sure you support me all the other ways that you can do so. Go ahead and visit my link tree. Again, that will be in my description, so that way you can see the different ways that you can go ahead and support my work. Mi gente, we are about 660-ish days away from the start of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Make sure that you're saving your money consistently. Make sure that you start paying attention to which cities you want to travel to. Just start thinking about the World Cup now, so in that way the planning process gets easier the closer we get to the tournament. Thank you so much. This is Travel Football Fan. Hasta la próxima.